Hello? Could I have a crumb? If not, that's okay too. Wait, just kidding. It's not okay. When I was upstairs just now, I gave him food. Mm-hmm. So, like, he literally just ate and came down here and he's like, what you got? And you literally never want our food ever.
Yeah.
Even if you were to smell it, you'd be like, oh, I don't want that.
Never mind.
Never mind. Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Thursday.
I went to the dentist earlier today because I went last week, and then I had to go back for follow-up today. It went well. I'm done now. The one thing, though, is that last week or the week before, whenever I first went to the dentist and they did, like, the evaluation or whatnot, they said that I had a cavity. Today, I had, like, the cleaning done, and then they had to move me into another person's chair to do the filling. Mm. I sat down, and they're looking at my tooth, and they're like, oh, you don't have a cavity. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, you could get one. Because this was my, what's the name for it? Talon cusp. I have a talon cusp tooth that I've had forever. And it's got weird grooves. It's a much bigger tooth than it should be. And they're like, there are grooves like on the back that are just difficult to clean. They're like, it's stained, but there's no decay. So they're like, it's not technically a cavity. They're like, but we'll go ahead and fill it. So they did so like I have a groove on the back that I can't show you because it's behind my tooth. And they put the same, whatever they call it. What do they call it?
It's like a resin. Some
sort of resin, like in the thing that they would use for the filling, but like on the back of the tooth. And that's fine. Except for the fact that, like, my entire life, my tooth has felt one way in my mouth, and now suddenly it's smooth. And I'm like, huh, interesting. But otherwise, everything went fine.
When I had my crown root canal mess,
yeah,
that felt off balance for a long time, too.
Yeah, I'll get used to it eventually, but we're having dinner now, just eating some stuff. Mal is going to get back to painting here shortly. Alex had to do a family event, not a bad one. Just like no one died or anything. It's there's like a get together basically back in Alabama. So he headed there. Is he there yet? He's almost there.
I don't know.
He's on his way. He's almost there. I don't believe that Alex and Hayley are contagious at this point. It's been 2.5 weeks. They're feeling a lot better. Things aren't like perfect, but they're feeling a lot better. While Mal's painting, I'm going to go help Hayley clean up the house a little bit because they haven't done a whole lot of cleaning in the last 2.5 weeks because they've been sick. So I'll be doing that. And then later tonight, we still have more cinnamon rolls. Mal painted a coconut.
That's a good looking coconut.
It's a good looking coconut.
I could live in that coconut.
Well, I mean, I guess if it was a big coconut, or if you were very small.
It just looks so real.
She is doing a good job. So,
I've been making food too. Coincidentally.
Yeah, yours is...
This is play food for my nibblings. So, I'm making a lot of others. But look at... Okay, I'm sorry, but look at these eggs. These eggs are so cute. They are cute. I added a little bit of padding in there, so they're like 3D. I'm working on like some fruit and veggies and stuff, but the thing is that every child loves play food. So this is my Christmas present to my nibblings is going to be they're just going to get their little set of play food.
They'll appreciate that.
Yeah. So yeah, we got like the little bread. Look how cute this is. I'm sorry. I just think these things are adorable. Like I want to play with play food as an adult. Mostly I felt like these would be super aesthetic, and so my siblings can take all sorts of aesthetic photographs with their children, which I think is what every parent wants. I don't know. But
that's what every parent wants.
I think that's what parents do nowadays. I don't know. But look, it's like a sandwich.
I've been here for a while, and I was surprised at how good you sound.
Yeah. I mean, I still clearly sound stuffed up.
Yeah, you have a little bit of it. But I think
in the last 2 days, I've gotten significantly better.
That's good.
I do have the mystery fluid coming out of my face.
Yeah, well, this might be a little gross for anyone.
I have like cadmium yellow, like it's pouring out of my face.
So
randomly, like this is dried. It's extremely bright.
So
I hate wasting paper, so I've been using the same tissue.
I've had this experience before because I've had this experience because when I was, throughout my entire life, but especially like when I was a little younger, I get a lot of sinus infections. So
a ton of them.
The concept of like neon yellow is something I am familiar with. Like I have had that happen to me. I've also had green. Green is bad.
Yeah, I've like I had so many colors while I was sick. I had green, I had orange. I also just had like straight up bleeding. Yeah, when I started.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so the orange must have been it mixed in at the very beginning of when I was sick. But yeah, this is just like a random fluid that keeps coming out of my face whenever I lean over, and I assume that means that like some pocket has opened up. And I read online that some people were saying it was from taking Mucinex, which I was taking because I was all congested. But yeah, let me just be this PSA right now that according to like a doctor, so like I have like one doctor that has confirmed this.
Yeah.
There is a mystery illness going around that's not COVID and it's not the flu and it's not strep.
Yeah.
But it takes you out from anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. Alex and I got it. Seriously, it was like 2 weeks before I could be a human being again.
Yeah, which is recent.
It's a ton of congestion. It's a lot of coughing. I ended up actually having to go to urgent care because I have a bit of a sensitive gag reflex, and all of the stuff going down my throat just kept hitting the you should throw up button. So I threw up constantly for like 2 days, and like they gave me an injection to make me stop throwing up, and it did not work.
Hayley was messaging us and letting us know that like she had basically puked for a day straight, and we were like, that's bad.
Yeah. So I lost 7 pounds. And so
in like a week.
Yeah. And so it's, I'm just saying this, that it's, and so I went to an unrelated doctor's appointment. I went to see my pain management doctor, and I had mentioned to him, I was wearing a mask, and I said, hey, I'm probably not contagious, but I just felt like it was polite because I'm still coughing and it's gross.
Yeah.
And he said, oh no, he said, everybody in the office already got it. And I said, what? He's like, whatever you have, it is making the rounds. And my brother has it.
And your brother's in New Jersey. Yeah.
And this is not science, but I've been being shown TikToks lately of people being like, what the hell? I am the sickest I've ever been in my life. And what they're describing is what Alex and I got. And the thing is that like we didn't go to any conventions. Like it was clearly picked up just in public. I am back to wearing masks at the grocery store and everything. Like we just picked it up in public. And I'm not kidding that like it is the sickest I've ever been in my entire life. And I described it to you guys as being, I felt as weak as I did the day after my rib and neck muscle removal surgery, where I had thrown up for 8 hours straight after fasting for a surgery. So I hadn't eaten. So I was just as like pathetically weak as I felt going home from the hospital. Like, which was, in my opinion, like I didn't think I could feel that weak ever again in my life.
Yeah.
And it's just like where you're so sick, you just stare at the wall. Yeah. Like, you can't play video games. You don't want to watch anything. Like, Alex and I just sat on this couch, just, like, staring at the wall because we were that sick. So whatever this mystery illness is, there's been some rumors that it's maybe RSV, but, like, the thing is, like, they don't really test you if you're younger, so I can't confirm whether or not I had it or not. It's the thing I think they're vaccinating, older adults for and stuff, but, like, I'm dead serious. I'm back to wearing masks constantly, and I'm just incredibly thankful we didn't spread it to anybody else. I'm thankful it was just limited to this house.
That was a big worry at the beginning because Alex's earliest symptoms were that he was just exhausted, and I was super exhausted at the same time.
Yeah,
we both had those symptoms start at the same time, but then the next, like within the following days, Alex started to develop every symptom.
Yeah. Alex didn't have quite as much as the other, like the throwing up that I did, but like your stomach's upset.
But I never
got the bathroom problem.
I never had any of that. So
literally everything. And like legitimately, like I am a healthy adult, and it killed me. Like I couldn't even work and I work a job from home. Yeah. Like, I work a job from home, so, which is, like, if I had been working my regular, like, retail job, I would have not been able to return to work for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not, like, that would be so much lost income for somebody. Like, I was able to return to work after about a week and a half, but that's because I'm a contract worker and I make my own hours now. And so I was able to work from home, and also everybody could hear that I was sick. Yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm in for like a half day,
It's been almost 3 weeks since we've even seen you and Alex.
Yeah.
Like, you basically just disappeared.
Yeah.
Because you were so ill, so.
It was insane. Yeah, the story that I had is where at one point where I was on the couch, and I went to the bathroom in the kitchen. I mean, not in the kitchen. There's a bathroom near the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom, and I exited the bathroom, and I was so exhausted that I laid down on the hardwood floor in front of the bathroom and fell asleep. And the thing to know about me is that because I have shoulder issues, I can only sleep with a very specific, like, pillow. I need certain pillows. I have to be propped up. And I fell asleep for an hour, face first on the floor. I was that exhausted, like, shoulder pain be damned. I really, really want to warn people that this is going around. Whatever this is, nobody knows, and you don't want it because you will have, like, you have so much lost income. Like,
be careful out there.
Yeah, I'm going on about this, but is legitimately because I want to warn people that there is a mystery illness that is just terrible.
Yeah.
Just horrible. And like, finally, I think like maybe 2 days ago was the day where I was able to like leave the house for the first time, which was after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And like today's like the first day, like I'm really feeling a lot better, but like it's wild. I'm back to wearing masks anytime I leave the house.
Well, me and Mallory talked, and I was like, we're both under the assumption that at this point you're not contagious. I mean, I guess there's a chance, like, we don't actually know, but it's been so long that we presume.
Even with, like, COVID and stuff, at this point, I mean, we tested negative, so it wasn't that, but COVID was the one that stuck around, but even with, like, COVID timeline, we would be non-contagious, which is why you're here now. But we didn't let
trust me, there's no part of me that wants what you had, because I watched you go through it and I was like, that's bad.
We did not allow anybody. You guys dropped off some supplies for us.
Yeah.
But I didn't even open up the door until they were like 20 feet away, because whatever this was, I just knew immediately it should not be shared, because you don't want to be on the floor for 2 weeks. Leica was so bored. She was understanding for several days. She was understanding for a while, but then she just got so bored.
Poor thing.
And she like wanted to play so bad, and so we were just like letting her tear up cardboard, and so all of this was just cardboard.
The entire room was just cardboard.
Before you came over was just, because I started cleaning today, was just cardboard, because we just were trying to entertain her. And like, if I had children, oh my goodness, this is bad. And I swear it's not a conspiracy, because like my doctor confirmed that it's a thing that's going around.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing better. Just clearly you're not on the floor now, which is good.
Yeah, if I can save anybody from catching whatever this is, Lord.
be careful this December because there's stuff out there. So
I'm turning this vlog into like a 30
PSA.
minute,
I know.
Into like a 30-minute vlog, but I really legitimately, like, I cannot tell you how serious and how sick we were. And if I can save anybody from this, like, man, like when I was younger and like right out of college and had like all my student debt and stuff, if I had to just like miss 2 weeks of work, well, like I had something similar happen where I was sick for 2 months, but I could only take a couple days off work, and it was just a nightmare. And if I can save anybody from this, like, wear a mask. Like, doesn't matter, just wear a mask because this thing is going around bad.
So this is what Mal worked on this evening, the coconut, and my God, it's so good. It's so incredibly good. I'm really impressed, and I was telling Mal this. I'm really impressed because, like, Mal hasn't painted much in a while. Like, she was on a pretty long hiatus from painting specifically, and I was like, I wonder if it'll take her some time to get back into it, and, like, I guess not. Like, the detail on this and the detail on this and this and this. Like, I'm like, okay. Mal's just good at this. Mal's just really good at this. So, 2, maybe 3 more streams, and this will be done. Excellent. Mal, you're doing a great job. You're doing a really great job. Do you want a cinnamon roll?
I do.
The real question is, who wouldn't? Come on, Cap. I meant to record this before I had eaten most of it, but it's a cinnamon roll, so like I just dove right in. Tonight was the Game Awards, and I don't like ever watch the Game Awards, but I am scrubbing through it now just to see what was announced. I don't want to sit through it because the thing is, it's like 3 hours long.
I'm going to bed.
It's like 3 hours long, and like I'm old, and I really genuinely do not care. But I want to know like the game, so I'm just scrubbing through and then playing whenever I see that it's a game, and I'm like, what is this? Okay, and I just move on to try and get the gist of what happened. And that actually works. That works well for me.
We scrubbed through an hour of it, and my favorite thing is that House is making a new game.
Yeah,
they did Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I'm most excited about.
Agreed. Otherwise, I'm scrubbing through, and I'm like, okay, remake. Okay, generic thing that looks very generic. Other generic thing that looks very generic anime game. So I'm just scrubbing through until I see something interesting, and the House game stands out, and I'm like, oh, well, look at that. Anyway, there's still a little bit more to watch through, but I'll scrub through it and see if there's anything big or interesting that happens. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?